Portico Library and Newsroom is an absolute magical space. I'm in the heart of the reading room, where many years ago the news used to come through from London on Stagecoach just out there, and in here they would break down the news to get it out there to the rest of Manchester, Greater Manchester, back in the 18th and 19th century. So today what we have is an exhibition about Aboriginal art that was stolen from the children that created it, and from the people of the Aboriginal people in Australia. And it's come full circle, it's come back home, and this exhibition is going to be in the Portico Library and Newsroom on Mosley Street for a few days, I think a couple of weeks actually, and I'm here to speak to a couple of people, have a look at some of the art. Some of the stuff that we're going to look at is quite difficult reading because of the colonialism side of things, some of the way the people were treated, less than respectful, you know how it has been, and just basically take it in and just try and put myself in their shoes. Anyway, join me. Let's go and see. Hey, I'm here with the lovely Helen Idle. Helen, welcome to Portico Library. You Australian yourself?
I am, yes. I'm actually raised on Noongar Budja.
Ah, right, okay.
But I'm a Wodjala, which is a white fella.
Ah, I think I got that actually. I don't know, something gave it away.
Yeah, something gave it away.
Anyway, why are you here? Why did you and the team bring the exhibition here? Just tell us briefly.
Well, there's two reasons. One is that Florence Rutter showed the exhibition of children's art in Manchester in 1950. And the second reason is the Portico is a place where you can think about difficult topics.
Yeah.
And their collection has got gaps and silences in it, and the Portico invites you to look into them and think about them. They have got a big collection of Australian books where they've told some of the story from one person's point of view. So it's an opportunity to talk about things from the other person's point of view.
I mean, personally for me, I think we have to tell the whole story, even if it's painful.
Yes.
Yeah, we can't leave any gaps out. And there are painful areas within this story. Colonialism and so on and so forth. How has it come through the other side, you'd say?
What do you mean?
As in, you know, how's it been received? What have people said to you?
Oh, well, people who've been here this evening,
yes,
because tonight's the first night that it's open, they've been very moved by it. I've met some people who've been to Western Australia, they're very excited to see it. I've had someone who's an art teacher based in London, normally, who said to me, I think he was slightly unconvinced by them. And then when I said to him, but this is what Noongar Budja looks like, this is what the country looks like, he said, oh, I thought it was like a dream. I said, no, it really looks like this. When the sun's in that particular angle, when the trees are in silhouette, this is what it looks like. The children have done an amazing representation of their country.
Oh, and you've really described it with your words and taken us back there.
This evening, and it's an exploration of art from stolen generations, from the Aboriginal nation
Carrolup.
And so it's a chance for me, because I didn't know this story. I thought it was a really moving story about these artworks that travel the world, but what actually happened to the children who created the art is really sad, and part of the project is to reunite those people with the artwork, which I think is really beautiful, but it's a real opportunity for us to see artwork that is from a group of people that don't normally get represented when we're talking about Australian art, which is really sad, but it's also an opportunity to really understand another culture and another part of the world, and other effects of colonialism and that time, that when the library was created, some of the things that were considered normal and we have now reassessed as a country and as a society, to see what those impacts were, but also to see that there are times when people who are really oppressed can still create something that's really quite beautiful and amazing to see.
So well put.
It's really, really.
How do I compete with that?
That is so well put. And for you, Tom, to have something like this in your space, how does that feel? Because it's lovely, isn't it? But also as well, this kind of stuff is quite uncomfortable reading.
Yeah. Well, that's what we specialise in, uncomfortable reading here, because I mean, as the librarian, I'm going to bring it back to the books. I wouldn't say it's not really my space. I would say that it's the city space, so anyone can come and come and enjoy it and come and see the exhibition, come and see the books. But basically, our job is to try and connect the collection with what's going on out there in the exhibition space. And we have an incredible Voyages and Travels collection, which is both extraordinary and terrifying at the same time, and it connects beautifully with this exhibition about how those voices have been marginalised and been silenced. And part of our job now is to make sure that those voices are elevated, so we can hear those different stories about what happened in Australia, and we've got a great collection to do that with.